President Buhari slams the National Assembly over the inclusion of new projects into the 2018 budget. I'm Linda Akibe, and you're welcome to the Gavel. President Buhari has signed the 2018 budget, but not without making some observations over the input of a National Assembly in the budget. The President raised several concerns in the budget, which the National Assembly submitted to him. He faulted the National Assembly for making cuts amounting to 347 billion naira in the allocation to 4,700 projects. While the National Assembly has responded to President Buhari and describes his concerns as baseless.
The National Assembly made cuts amounting to 347 billion naira in the allocation to 4,700 projects submitted to them for consideration, and introduced 6,403 projects of their own amounting to 578 billion naira. Many of the projects cut are critical and may be difficult, if not impossible, to implement.
President Muhammadu Buhari voicing his concerns regarding some cuts made to the 2018 budget by the National Assembly.
A very good afternoon.
In a joint press briefing by a spokesman of both chambers of the National Assembly, the lawmakers give their response to some of the concerns raised by the President.
It is our firm belief that if the President had been properly briefed by his appointees, he would not have raised most of the concerns that he did in his remarks at the budget signing. It is therefore inevitable for the legislature to give members of the public an insight into what transpired during the appropriations process and how we arrived at the decisions that are contained in the 2018 budget.
One key point the lawmakers sought to address had to do with the 347 billion naira meant for 4,700 projects that was cut from the budget.
We took the decision to reduce the funds in some areas in order to ensure balance and equity in the spread and utilization of our national funds. Additionally, the figures giving amounts of the reductions made by the National Assembly were unduly exaggerated, as we did not make any substantial reduction on any project to the extent of affecting its implementation.
The lawmakers also fault the assertion that the health sector and funding to unity schools suffered budgetary cuts.
Contrary to the claim that the health sector suffered any budgetary cuts, we actually provided more funds that will make access to health services possible for over 180 million Nigerians. The National Assembly actually provided an additional 3.7 billion more for meal subsidies in these 104 unity schools.
On the matter of statutory transfers and the increase in the National Assembly's budget, the lawmakers say the additional revenues from the increase in the oil price benchmark was allocated to the three arms of government based on an agreement between the National Assembly and the executive.
It is therefore very clear that the three arms of government benefited from the increase, which was mutually agreed on with the Ministry of Budget and Planning. In fact, we have correspondences addressed to the leadership of the National Assembly from Ministry of Budget, making requests on how to spread the increment arising from the benchmark differentials.
They end with this appeal.
We therefore want to urge all executive appointees to ensure that they brief Mr. President with the truth and facts of their engagement to promote healthy and harmonious relationship between the executive and the legislature.
With this budget now a law and Nigerians waiting for its implementation, this war of words between the two arms of government may continue until concrete changes are made to the budgetary process in the country.